Breathe. Breathe. Alhamdulillah. I can't believe what just happened. I can't believe what just happened. Gonzalo had one touch, and that was the goal. Breathe, 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 breathe. I had to catch my break. I had to catch my breath. I'm sorry that it took me. I had to catch my breath. But boys and girls, Real Madrid have beaten Leganes. We're through to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. So, roller coaster, fam. This game was full of emotions, complete emotions, roller coaster. This game had everything. This game had everything. This game had everything. Everything. This game had everything. All right, before we talk about the whole game, before we talk about analyze what happened, the lineup, the complete different lineup, the first half, the second half, the remontada by Leganes. Before we start, like, subscribe. We're getting close to 50,000. And don't forget to, of course, comment your thoughts about the game as well. All right, listen, this is how Real Madrid played, yeah? Real Madrid played Lunin, Fede, Raul, Ramon, Ferland Mendy, Luca Cimini, Arda, Brahim, Rodrigo, and Endrick. Complete different lineup, of course, with all the injuries that we have. Alaba being out, Rudiger being out, Camavinga being out, Jude was confirmed out, and of course Mbappe wasn't playing and Vini was on the bench. So you looked at this lineup and said, you know what, that is a complete weakened Real Madrid side, but I was kind of happy with the lineup. Good to see new fresh faces. Good to see Arda Güler finally starting. Good to see Endrick back in the starting 11. Good to see Cimini in the midfield, but most importantly, good to see Raul playing and of course the debut of Ramon. And I had to catch my breath. And the first 25 minutes, Real Madrid was beautiful. Real Madrid played very well. We, of course, scored the first goal. Great switch from Fede. Beautiful switch from Fede. Rodrigo with a great touch. I think Endrick, a lot of people, of course, Luca with a great touch, great finish to score the goal. But, of course, Endrick, his selfless run dragged two people with him, which created the open space for Luka Modric to basically collect the ball, progress with the ball inside the box with no pressure, and he of course scored the first goal. The second goal we literally scored 5 minutes after that with a couple of 1-2s between Brahim and Rodrigo, got intercepted inside the box, but Endrick with a great anticipation and great finish to make it 2-0. And from there, Real Madrid, we could have made it 3-0 after that. We had a chance, Endrick had a chance to make it 3-0, and then no. After that, They had the penalty. Leganes had the penalty. They made it 2-1. Before the actual penalty, Ramon got cooked a couple times on the byline in transition. That was about 4 plays, which I can remember him getting absolutely destroyed. But the penalty, in my opinion, I think it wasn't down to him. I think it was just unexpected. It was very unfortunate, very unlucky that the ball hit his hand, because Ramon can't remove his hand. It's not like he could cut his hand. There's no way for him at that moment of time, in that quick, immediate, like seconds of minutes of the game. There's no way for him to maneuver himself, because I blame Fede. I said it in the watch along. I blame Fede and Raul. Raul should have stepped up because it was a 1-2 from this man, from my man and him man and thing. Raul should have stepped up earlier, but Fede should have tracked his man, because the man played a 1-2. Ball over the top to Raul, but Fede never tracked his man. So it's very, very easy to blame Ramon when Ramon had to recover, because that wasn't his man. He had to recover. So that penalty wasn't his fault. But the first half itself from Ramon, it wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the convincing. Like, I kind of felt bad for him. I'll talk about it in the match ratings for each specific player. The second half, Real Madrid didn't start off very well, but we had the chance to make it 3-1. Endrick had one chance where he literally was on his left foot, on his preferred left foot. It wasn't the best of angles, but it was still an angle for him to shoot rather than deliver. But the moment he got the ball, and Arda Güler passed him the ball, I don't know why his first instinct was to cross the ball to Vini, rather than shooting it. I don't know why he decided to cross it, not shoot. Like, it was a good angle on his left foot, on his preferred foot. Bro, previous games earlier this season, Endrick was shooting in position which he should not be shooting, but now he's passing in situations which he should be shooting. So the guy, his decision making is still not there. He should have shot that. He didn't shoot that. It got intercepted the corner, and from the actual corner itself, free header inside the box, wide, literally above the bar. So he could have made it 3-1. Instead, 10 minutes later, again, unfortunate play, own goal by Ferland Mendy. To be fair, it didn't count as an own goal, but massive deflection on Ferland Mendy, and they made it 2-2. They could have made it 3-2, Leganes, and at that point, I was kind of stressing. I didn't feel any sort of confident. Arda went out. We brought in Fran Garcia for a second when we brought Fran Garcia on, because I only saw Endrick go off, and I saw Fran Garcia come on. So here's me thinking, hold on, are we bringing Fran Garcia and playing 5 at the back against Leganes? We're just basically inviting pressure. But then I saw Mendy's not there, and Blanco and what's his name, fam? Well, I forgot his name as well. What's that brother's name, fam? When had it? What's his name? Garcia, fam. Gonzalo Garcia. He came on, yeah? Bro, I think he had 1 touch. Wallah. Okay, 4 touches. 4 touches. 1 touch inside the box, fam. That brother came on. I didn't see no touches. Maybe, I don't know where the 4 touches, maybe clearances or anything of that sort. I didn't see no touches. Bro, last second of the play, slow build up inside the box, and it hits me fuming. And bro, cross it, because I don't want us to pass it back and the ref will blow it. Great play, great patience from Brahim Diaz. The cross, and Garcia with a header. It reminded me very similar to Joselu of last season, where he stepped in with these headers, especially because we struggle this season in terms of aerially, and that we don't have no aerial threat. So it was good to see. And bro, I was so happy. I was celebrating. It was crazy. It was so good. It was so good. It was so good. But yeah, 3-2 to Real Madrid, and it was a good win. I this was the most I've celebrated of any goal that we've done this season, because I think this is, I really value this win. This for me is our most important win, especially with all the circumstances, with the context. No Mbappe, no Jude, 2 of our best players. Vinny was on the bench. Rodrigo went out, which I'll talk about. No Rudiger, no Alaba, so we're playing with 2 centre backs. We were winning 2-0. They came back. They had a chance to make it 3-2. It's the context, the emotion, and wow, we won 3-2. Let's talk about each specific player before I, of course, nominate my man of the match and, of course, the Haywan of the match. Lunin, for me, I don't blame him for the penalty, because that's nothing much he could have done, and I don't blame him for the goal that we conceded. Again, it was a deflection. He actually made a crucial save. It could have been 3-2. He made a very, very good save when it was 2-2. So for Lunin, I don't blame him again. That's nothing much he could have done, so I'll give him 6.5. Fede Valverde, I blame him for the first goal. I think, listen, our first goal that we scored came from him. That diagonal switch reminded me of Toni Kroos. But the first goal we conceded, I blame him. Again, you guys know me. I am Fede Valverde #1 Glazer. But at the same time, I put my bias aside. I'm very objective when I talk about Madrid. And the first goal, he should have done way better to track his man. And there were certain moments in the second half, he lost the ball a few times. But other than that, it was just a normal Fede Valverde performance. Raul, I think, was the better of the two, of him and Ramon. I'll talk about it. I think, I'll give Raul a 7 as well. A 7 as well. Jacob, I'm going to be real, yeah? I don't really blame Jacob massively, because I understand the feeling that he must be feeling right now. First ever start. First ever debut. Playing in the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey. Of course, he's playing away from home, which doesn't help as well with the atmosphere of the crowd, of the other team's crowd. And at the same time, which a lot of people don't take into account, his teammate, his colleague, his partner next to him is not an experienced player. It's not a vet. It's not like he's been playing for Madrid, starting for Madrid for so many years. It's not like Rudiger, where Rudiger would have at least mentored him or matured him, or maybe helped him a little bit, communication. But he's playing next to, I know he's been playing next to Raul, but at the same time, we need to understand, playing for Castilla together and playing for Real Madrid first team together in the cup is very two completely different things. So he's playing next to someone who's also new. So he doesn't have someone that he can rely on. But I think the first half he was making a lot of mistakes. I think the second half he bounced very well, in my personal opinion. I think he made some good tackles, good blocks. So if I based it on his first half performance, I would have given him a 3, fam, or 2. But I think second half he did pretty well to bounce back. I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. Ferland Mendy, my brother. Wallah, I don't want to talk about Ferland Mendy, man. I don't want to talk about Ferland Mendy too much, fam. Luka Modric, I think first half did very well, and that is what Luka. And second half, bro. At the age of 40, this guy was overlapping. Like the goal that we scored came from him being on that right hand side and helping Brahim Diaz with the build up, bro. Like with Luka at the age that he's at, and like I said, where he's at right now, he works much better as a double pivot rather than lone pivot. As a lone pivot, we rely on him a lot more defensively in terms of transition. When he plays in a double pivot, he's got someone next to him that can do the dirty work and that can track back when he doesn't need to certain times. So I liked his display today with Luka. For me, he was our best midfielder. I'll give Luka an 8. He was our best midfielder. Tchouaméni defensively was very good. I had no concern with Tchouaméni. I think he was very, very good. Made some good blocks, made some good interceptions. For me, I'll give Tchouaméni a 7.5. Arda Güler, disappointing. Absolute disappointing with Arda Güler. I think he forced a couple times. He dribbled way too many times, which he should not be dribbling. His decision-making wasn't the best. And in a game which I think he needs to step up, especially in these kind of games where he's starting, where Jude is out, Mbappe's out, he gets his minutes. I'm expecting him now to play better, especially because he's playing next to his biggest competition, which is Brahim Diaz. Both these two are fighting for the same position because both of them can play on the right-hand side, both of them can play as a 10. So whenever Arda Güler plays with Brahim and they're both starting, it's basically a mission on who can play the best because whoever impresses the most gets a chance for the following game to come up even off the bench, the first man to come off the bench, or maybe starting. So he missed his chance completely because he did not play well at all for me. For me, I think he was our most disappointing player. He didn't impress at all. I'll give him 5.5. 5.5. Brahim Diaz, I think first half was okay. Second half, I think did well. Second half made the right decisions. He didn't keep the ball way too many times. He decided to pass at the right moment of time. The pass to Vinny, which led to the chance that Vinny had. I think he did very well in the second half. And the goal that he scored, great patience, great understanding, great technique, great cross as well. Brahim Diaz gets a 7 for me. Rodrigo, I think he was amazing in the first half. I think first half he was amazing. He got taken out, which of course we understood later on that he got taken out for rest, which I don't completely understand with. I understand from Carlo that you're resting players and you're trying to save them for the following game because we've got Atleti on Saturday. But at the same time, it's not like you're winning 3 or 4 or 5-0. It's not like you're playing at home where you can afford to do that. We're winning 2-1. Okay, we're winning 2-1. At that point, you took him out when it was 2-1. Secondly, we're playing away from home. Thirdly, it's a quarter final, one leg. It's not like we can afford to lose because we've got the second leg. And last but not least, we still conceded a lot of chances in the first half. So you kind of knew Leganes wasn't going to just score one goal. They were going to come back and score a second and third or fourth because our 2 centre-backs are literally rookies. So for you to take him out for rest, there's no need for that. If you want to bring Vinny on, you can take someone else, someone like Arda Güler off. But why are you taking out Rodrigo when he was our most impactful player in the first half? If we just based it on the first half, Rodrigo for me was amazing. I would give Rodrigo a 7.5, 7, just first half alone. Endrick, I was impressed. I was impressed with Endrick. I was impressed with his movements. I was impressed because the first goal, like I said, his selfless run created the space for Luka Modric to drive in and shoot. The second goal he scored, great composure. I think I was very impressed. Second half, I think he got tired. And in the second half, he made the bad decisions, bad decision making. But overall, it was a good game for him to score in and just bring a bit more confident. And I think we need to trust him more. Endrick has barely got any sort of minutes and he doesn't start. Maybe this game would maybe allow Carlo to maybe put faith in him, to maybe play him 15, 20, 25 minutes off the bench when we're winning. So I'm kind of impressed with Endrick's performance. I'll give him a 7. 7. But overall, listen, my high one of the match for me goes to, it's kind of harsh, but my man of the match, for me, my man of the match goes to Luka Modric. For me, Luka Modric deserves man of the match of the performance that he dropped. And bro, I forgot about my man. Bro, man of the match, Gonzalo Garcia. My man of the match, Gonzalo Garcia, bro. Such a great feeling, bro. Such a good feeling like when you score last minute from your own player, one of your own. This win, of course, takes Real Madrid to now the quarterfinals, where we are now going to be part of potentially. Atleti, of course, won yesterday. We won. We were going to be playing again. This is not the draw. We're not playing Atleti. A draw is going to be made next week. We're going to be waiting for Sociedad and Barcelona tomorrow. But important win for Real Madrid, which leads us on Atleti, which I'll be talking about on Friday. I'll make a preview on Friday on what I expect the lineup to be in X, Y, and Z. But what a win, important win. Alhamdulillah. Don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe, and breathe.